Hello and welcome to Slay the Spire. The purpose of this video is to take the second character, the green character, the silent character, and play for the very first time from a fresh game and go through Act 1 and beat the Act 1 boss. So this is for players who have never played the second character before, or maybe played it once or twice and want to get an idea of how to play this character, which is very different from the first character, Ironclad. Maybe how to approach building their deck, how to make choices on the routes that they select to get to the Act 1 boss. We're going to be using this introduction profile, so no game time for this, so that way there aren't any unlocked cards or relics or anything of that nature. We're going to go into settings real quick, and I just want to make sure that the long press confirmation here is done good. I like having long press confirmation set up because that helps make sure that you don't accidentally confirm something that you didn't mean to. Let's go ahead and play. And right now you can see that we do not have the second character unlocked yet, but we'll go ahead and take care of that right away. All we're going to do is we're going to load up this character. We're going to jump into a fight, and we're just going to immediately abandon the run. By doing that, that counts as a playthrough, which is going to unlock this new character. So I just want to spend a minute or two talking about this newest character. Very, very different from Ironclad. Ironclad has 80 points. The Silent, she only has 70 points, so 10 hit points less. The Ironclad special ability is that he gained 6 hit points after every battle. There is no such thing for the Silent, so there's no way to easily get your health back. Instead, the starting relic for this character is at the start of combat, draw 2 additional cards. So that means when you start your combat, you get to work with 7 cards instead of 5. And note, it's just the start of combat, not each turn. So you start with 7 cards, and then after the first turn, it's back to 5. So this is a much squishier character compared to Ironclad. There are 2 main ways to play this character. One is to focus on shivs, which are these knives that you can throw that don't cost any energy. And there's lots of skills and relics to help buff those shivs. The other is with poison. Again, lots of relics and cards to buff poison. The main thing to keep in consideration when playing this character is free. You want to get free stuff. For instance, poison. You spend energy for poison on, let's say, turn 1. But then on turns 2, 3, and 4, that poison is doing damage to the enemies that you're not having to spend any points on. So those kind of like free damage. The same thing for defense. There's a lot of ways to kind of get free defense for this character. So when you're playing this character, think, okay, this character is squishy. How can I maximize getting free damage and free defense? How do I maximize that to get through these fights without taking a lot of damage? This is a much more complex character compared to Ironclad, but the synergies and combinations you can get can make this character incredibly powerful. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So I have a choice here on getting a little perk. Either 7 max hit points or enemies my next 3 combats have 1 hit point. I actually am going to go for this first one, and the reason being that if I can find a route to an elite, right, within 3 combats, that elite will only have 1 hit point, which makes it a really easy fight. So let's take a look here. Do I have any routes here? So if I take a look at this here, there's only 1 fight there before I get to that elite. So that will give me a merchant, and then that elite I can fight there on the far left will be really, really, really easy to kill. So we're going to go ahead and take this route. So because my first 3 fights, the enemies are only going to have 1 hit point, very straightforward, we're just going to go ahead and kill them. I should look at my cards real quick. The Silent has 5 strikes and 5 defends. These are the exact same as Ironclad, 1 point for 6 damage or 1 point for 5 block, plus these 2 additional cards. This is a 0 cost card that applies a weak and also does 3 points of damage, and this is a nice block card. So let's go ahead and see. I get a potion, which I can use later. Okay. So, Well-Laid Plans, Dagger Throw, and Tactician. So, Dagger Throw is nice. I love Well-Laid Plans. This is one of my favorite cards. Basically allows you to keep one of your cards in your hand to move on to the next round. So you can keep an extra defensive card or keep a really great card to use at the appropriate time. And when you upgrade it, you can keep 2 cards. Huge fan of Well-Laid Plans. I'm going to take that card almost every time because it is such a nice card. Okay, so we've got our event here. It is a combat. So again, this was going to be an easy fight. Don't really have to think too much about it. So let's go ahead and take a look at my options here. So this is going to add a random skill in my hand that I can use immediately, but it's random and I don't know what's going to happen, so I'm going to pass on that. This one here, it's an okay card as well. You can do some interesting things with it, but I think that I'm going to go ahead and go with a backflip here to get some block and also to be able to draw some cards. And because of my Well-Laid Plans, I might be able to keep good cards for later turns when I need it. Okay, let's go ahead and see what we have here at the Merchant. So Finisher is a really good card if you're going with shivs. So, you know, you play a lot of attacks for free because those shivs are 0 cost cards, and then you play this card as a finisher. So that's kind of, this finisher is kind of more for shiv cards. We can go Poison. We've got this Blade Dance here, which would go with the finisher. We also have this power card where we can add a shiv into our hand at the start of our turn. Do I have enough? I have enough to get finisher and Blade Dance. So we're going to go and do that. Don't have enough to get this guy here. So because of the choices I'm making, looks like I'm going to be going with shivs for my, kind of going to focus more on shivs than I am on poison for this run. We'll see how this goes. Okay, we're going to have another easy fight. Again, these guys are just going to have 1 hit point each. Let's go ahead and play this Blade Dance. So it's going to add 3 shivs into my hand. Each of these do 4 points of damage. And of course, if I had Finisher on there, you can again see the synergy between that. Okay, let's take a look at, so this rate can be a nice card, especially if you've got a deck where you're discarding stuff. There's ways that you can discard cards, you know, every single turn. Prepared basically allows you to pick a card that you don't want in your hand and then maybe draw a card. So this gives you just a little bit better flexibility on what you're doing. So we're going to go ahead and take this card because there's literally no downside to it. Okay. Do we want to heal or do we want to remove cards? Well, we're full health and I have enough money, thank goodness. So we're going to remove a card from my deck and I'm going to get rid of a strike because we're going to be having kind of a shiv-based thing here, and strikes are just not very good cards. So, okay, now because of Niall's Lament here, I'm going to be able to did I do a third fight? Oh, we did. We had a fight with this guy. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, we're gonna play this guy straight up then. So I've got this prepared here. I'm gonna go ahead and play it. I don't need the defend. And I did get the finisher, so really the question is, do I really want to attack this guy right now? And I don't, because I want to get my well-laid plans up and running. So we're going to go ahead and just end this turn. There we go. So that's really all I want. Don't need to apply any weak. So I get to pick a card here that I want. So we're going to go ahead and we'll take the neutralize card. Okay. So again, don't really care about any of these cards. I'm not going to play the neutralize, so we're going to go ahead and end this turn, and we're going to keep the neutralize. So it'll be really good for next turn. Ideally, we'll get a finisher in the blade dance. That would really go nicely with this neutralize. Let's see here, finisher. I got the finisher, but I don't have the blade dance. I kept the neutralize because I knew he was going to attack me for a bunch of damage. So this is going to make it so he's not going to hit me for as much. So now I have to decide. So I play these 2 strikes and then do the finisher, right? So I'd be able to hit for 6. I'd be able to do 24 points of damage to him, and I'll take 13. This is a squishy character, though. So I'm going to go ahead. I know I'm going to be getting Blade Dance and Backflip next turn. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to play these 2 here. Then we'll just go ahead and play this. I'm going to take 3 points of damage, and we'll keep a strike. And I actually should have played the strike and kept the finisher for my blade down, so that was a little bit misplayed there. We'll see if that comes back to haunt me or not. Nope. Awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and I got my draw pile here, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of a defend here. Okay. So let's go ahead and do my blade dance. 1, 2, 3, and then again I have to decide. But I'm going to play this backflip to draw 2 more cards. Okay. Now I'm going to play my energy. So going to go ahead and I really don't want to take too much damage, so we're going to defend twice, and then we'll play that attack. So I'm going to take 3 more points of damage, and we'll keep a strike in our hand for next turn. Don't really need it. Probably not going to use it. But so he's going to debuff me here. Not really a good hand. Well, actually I can get all 3 strikes in. So we'll go ahead and do that. And we're going to keep Survivor for next turn. He's going to be reducing my ability to block by 1 with the Soul Siphon here. He basically reduced my strength and dexterity by 1. Okay, so Finisher is not going to be very useful this turn, so we're going to keep that over till next turn. But let's go ahead and do this backflip first. See what 2 cards, okay. Again, not overly useful. We'll go ahead and play the Survivor, and we'll get rid of defense. And then we're going to play 1 more defense. We're going to keep the finisher for next turn. Hopefully we'll get a neutralize and a blade dance. Okay, so I took 3 more points of damage here. There's my blade dance, there's my neutralize, great. So I'm going to be able to do a good amount of damage. Let's go ahead and we'll do our neutralize. We'll play this prepared again. It's going to draw either a defense or a strike. And we'll go ahead and just discard a strike. Play this blade dance. And then we're going to play another strike. And then this guy's here is going to hit for 25. Will not quite be able to kill him, unfortunately. So I'm going to take a good amount of damage this turn, unfortunately. But I'll be able to kill him next turn, more than likely. Yeah. Alright. So I took some damage there. Oh wow. Okay, I got an ice cream, which is one of the ultimate relics as far as getting free stuff. basically, if I don't use all of my energy, I get to keep it, carry over to the next round. That's an incredibly good card. Okay, wow. So I've got this blur here, which means that which can be really nice. It means I can load up on defense on a turn maybe where I don't need defense, and then it'll keep for the next turn. Again, I spend the points for the defense now, and if I don't use it all, it's free defense for the following turn. But then there's another well-laid plans, and you might be like, well, why would you want two well-laid plans? Well, right now, I really like well-laid plans. Being able to carry 4 cards into your next turn if you need to can give you all sorts of interesting and crazy things. So I'm actually, as much as I like Blur, I'm actually going to take another well-laid plans. Here, we're going to go ahead and go to a campfire. I could heal myself, and you know, but I'm going to go ahead and smith, and I'm going to make one of these well-laid plans even better here. So with both of these guys in effect, I'll be able to carry 3 cards in. So we're going to do a fight. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and play this Blade Dance here, and we're going to, can we kill? We need to do 18 points of damage, so that's 12, 18. So I can kill one of these guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill this guy up front, and then I'm going to neutralize this guy in the back. That's going to get rid of this shield and make him do a little bit less damage. So let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, so he's dead. We're going to play this neutralize. It's going to activate his shield, make him do a little bit less damage, and then we'll use the survivor to make sure I don't take any damage. So the guy in front's going to buff himself. So I don't know how many block defensive cards we're going to have. Okay, so let's go ahead and there's my well-laid plans. Let's go ahead and play this backflip. If I do that, it's going to draw. These are not really going to help. So really what I want to do is I want to kill this guy if I possibly can. I don't think... 6. Yeah, so if I do this here, this finisher, yeah, I'm going to be able to kill him. But I won't be able to avoid taking damage. But I will be able to finish him off. Let's go ahead and see if I get another attack here. I don't. So we'll just play this here. I'll have a defense for next turn. And I'll be able to polish him off next turn. So I took a little bit of damage, more so than I wanted. And you can see my ice cream kicked in. I now have 4 out of 3 on the energy spectrum, so that is good. Didn't need it. Okay. So we're not doing poison at the moment. This slice is a 0 cost card. Will go nice with our finisher card, so we're going to go ahead and take him. And then Molten Egg, okay. Whenever we add an attack into our deck, we upgrade it. So this is telling us, hey, we really want you to focus on attacks, which is actually good, since poison is usually more skill-based and shivs are usually more attack-based. Now, I really want to hit this merchant, but I really want to get to those campfires. So I'm going to take... Actually, if I go this way, I can still get 2 campfires. So we're going to do that. Okay, I got 139. What are my options here? There's another well-laid plans. I'm not going to go for that now. Don't really see anything here. That's great. But I am going to go ahead and spend money to get rid of a strike. Just don't need the strikes in my inventory. Deadly poison. Sometimes poison is such a good skill, but I really want to get to my zero cost stuff. So we're gonna, as much as I like poison, I'm gonna try to go all shivs. So really try to keep my deck honed in for that type of gameplay. Okay. I almost wish I had my blade dance on here as well. This would have been nice. Okay, we're going to use the neutralizer on this guy to reduce the amount of damage he's going to do. And then we're going to play the slice on... If I play the slice on that guy, I'll be able to kill him with the finisher, but this person really is the problem. So we're going to do another strike. So I'm going to do 18 points of damage there. And then we'll go ahead and use this bat flip. And can't really do anything else. So we're going to take 4 points of damage. But in theory, we might be able to kill... Okay, blade dance. Let's go ahead and do this. We're going to get rid of... We're going to get rid of this defend here. Okay, so we're going to play this, and we're going to be able to kill this guy with our strike. And then we're going to, unfortunately, we're going to have to play this and discard our well-laid plans, but it means that we don't take any damage this turn. Okay, and we'll go ahead and hit him. That there, and that we don't really need to play the neutralize, all right? And we don't really need to play any other cards. We're going to go ahead and play this, so that way we can do some damage to him next turn. And we're going to keep it. So we'll be able. I mean, we're going to be able to kill him next turn anyway, but we're going to have that extra energy carry over. So we have 5 out of 3 energy, and we can easily kill. Except we don't have attack. This should give us an attack card. Yeah, there we go. So, alright, there you have it. So there's another poison card. Dash is a nice card. Just because it gives us that good block, and with this card we can start getting rid of some of the block cards as well. And it's upgraded, so we're going to go ahead and take that dash. Let's see what this event is. Okay, so we can get Curse for 175. Now, we can get rid of the Cursed card if we want to spend 100 gold, right? But I don't want to bloat up my deck anymore, so although we can discard it with our Survivor card, and we can trade it out for Prepared. So let's go ahead and do this here. Okay, let's upgrade. So again, let's go ahead and upgrade a card, and we're going to upgrade well-laid plans. We haven't really had too much of an opportunity to use it, and now we've got another merchant. So this is actually going to work out pretty well for us. We can, if we had a really incredible card, we could copy it but we don't have anything that is incredibly good. So let's go ahead and remove that curse. Not bad, so we're up 75 gold compared to what we would have been. And then basically the question is, do I want this caltrops here, which can be nice, especially against enemies that attack you multiple times, like the guardian up there will hit us for a 5x 4, so that means he'd take 12 damage. Or do I want a backflip? Looking at our deck, I think that I'm going to want my damage to come from the shiv, so we're going to go ahead and stop. So now the biggest kind of decision here is, do I think I can beat this this boss with 39 health, or should I rest? And we're over halfway through our health. I'm going to go ahead and smith again. Again, if we're able to beat the boss, as long as we have 1 hit point left, it means that we get our full health back when we start the next act. So the question is, do I want to increase finisher? Do I want to increase a blade dance? We're going to go and increase our blade dance here. We don't really have anything that's really buffing our shivs, to be honest. We'll see if we get anything after defeating this guy. Okay. So, let's go ahead and we'll play this well-laid plans. We'll play this well-laid plans. So what does that mean? That means that we can keep up to 4 cards in our deck. So we're going to go ahead and play the strike. And then we're going to end our turn. We'll have neutralize and survive. And I might as well just keep all these guys. So we can make him vulnerable here for 3 turns. So if we feel like we're going to need to do that, we can. Got a dash for 13. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's go ahead and do this, and we'll get rid of one of these defense cards. And then let's go ahead and do this too. Hopefully we'll get that blade dance and finisher. I mean, that would be like perfect. We got slice and blade dance. So let's go ahead, and I'm actually not going to use blade dance. Oh, I might need 24 points of damage. Let's go ahead and do this neutralize. And then we'll play this dash. And then that's all we're gonna do. I'm not gonna play the slice. I'm actually gonna save the slice until next turn for this finisher. So we're gonna take 6 points of damage. So I want to keep this, and I'll keep this and this. So he's going to turtle up after I do 17 points of damage. So I need to be careful on how I approach this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I play my blade dance now, I've got too many cards in my hand, and so it's going to cause a problem. So let's go ahead and play the survivor here. And by playing the survivor, I'm going to be able to discard a defend card. So I can only play 2 more cards, which are going to be my blade dance, my finisher here. But I'm going to play the slice, and then I'm going to play the blade dance. I'm going to play 1, 2. So the thing is, if I play this Shiv, he's going to turtle up. So So I actually just want to play this finisher here to do the 18 points of damage. So I'll leave these shivs for a later time. So let's keep the backflip and a shiv in our hand. Okay, this is nice here. So we can do this dash. Actually, we're going to keep the dash for next turn. Let's play this prepared. And we'll get rid of a defend. Play this backflip. Okay, and we're going to play this other defend. Actually, no, we're actually not going to play anything else. We're going to keep our energy for a turn. So we're going to keep the neutralize. They can do less damage next turn. And keep the shiv, and I'll keep the strike. Okay, next, so basically on this one, I'm just going to play this card here, and I'm going to play this card here. And that's it. I actually want to take my Blade Dance, my Slice, and my Neutralize, and the extra energy. So Blade Dance and Slice, Neutralize, and one of the shivs into my hand for next turn. And there's my finisher. Fantastic. Okay, so let's go ahead and play the Neutralize, the Slice, the shiv. Let's play this prepared. We'll get rid of this defense. And play this strike. And play our Blade Dance. Again, I'm watching him. I want to make sure I don't get below. That is perfect. So now this finisher is going to do a massive amount of damage, and he'll be turtling up because of it. All right, I don't need to defend. We'll take both defend cards and keep them in our hand just in case. As you can see here, those well-laid plans, being able to carry 4 cards in when I knew he was going to be vulnerable is really, really helpful when fighting some of these bosses. So let's go ahead and go on prepared again, and we're just going to discard a strike. So we're going to use this defend and this defend, and then we're going to end our turn. We're going to keep Blade Dance, Dash, and Finisher, and might as well keep the defend too. And we're carrying 2 energy over into next turn. We're going to do the same thing that we did last time. So we're going to want to carry over Neutralize, Finisher, and Blade Dance. So those 3 at least. Let's go ahead and do this dash. Okay. And we'll do a survivor here on the strike. Okay. So I've got 2 energy left, but I'm not going to use it. I want to take 3 of these cards into my hand, so Blade Dance, Finisher, and Neutralize, and that'll be good. So again, I'm going to be able to do a ton of damage to him next turn. There's my shiv, so again, so my Slice, shiv, Neutralize, Blade Dance, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm not going to quite be able to finish him off. But he's going to turtle, and we'll end my turn. Again, plenty of energy, and there we go. So I think I ended up taking 16 points of damage in this fight, but you can see how using that finisher and these shivs could, get you free free damage. Let's go ahead and kill him. Alright. So that is kind of a Shiv focus. Let's see if we get anything that's great here. So, wow. Okay. Envenom. Whenever an attack deals unblocked damage, apply 1 poison. So this is fantastic, right? Because we've got all these attacks, right, that don't cost us anything. And now they can apply poison when they attack. And it only costs 1 once you upgrade it. So we are definitely going to get that. And then let's take a look at our relic here. Ooh, tough choice on this. I'm not a huge fan of Calling Bell. I don't like cursed cards if I can help it. But we have to rest with this character. He's too squishy to do that. So then it's a question, do I want to do the Slaver's Collar? Let's go ahead and do the Calling Bell and we'll see what we get. Yep, we get our curse card. Okay, whenever you use a push and heal 5. Okay. Future record cards have 1 additional card. That's nice. Oh, good. So Tori's fantastic. Whenever you receive 5 or less unblocked damage, reduce it to 1. This is a great card for a squishy character. So I think that was probably worth it. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and end this run. I might do another run or 2 with Silent from start to finish on the Act 1 boss, but that's kind of how you kind of approach it. You saw there I kind of focused on shivs and trying to do things to maximize those free cards and utilizing the Blade Dance with the finisher and those well-laid plans to bring everything together so that way I could hit the enemy with lots of damage in bursts. So that was fun, and we'll see maybe how the next run goes. Thank you.